Hi, and thanks for joining me today. I asked myself the question, could ChatGPT coach me to peak performance and fitness at 60 years old? So this is my first session with my coach to set a baseline and get some measurements in place so that I can track my progress and also give me some motivation to hit some targets. So let's kick it off with my AI coach, Ember from ChatGPT.
Hi, I am Ember from ChatGPT, and today we are with Brian. This is the first coaching session for optimizing his fitness at the age of 60. Brian, let's start with your current fitness baseline. How would you describe your overall fitness level right now? Are there any specific strengths or weaknesses you're noticing in your training?
Well, I think actually I've been training for a number of weeks now and I'm really feeling reasonably fit. I can feel my muscles starting to tighten up again and I've lost about a kilo. Um, but I really want to get super fit. I want to raise my VO2 max. I want to reduce my weight. And what I'd really like to hear from you today is what are the other measurements that I can put into my program to judge my progress and also to give me motivation for hitting some targets. Is it possible for AI to coach me to peak performance and physical health?
Yes, ChatGPT can absolutely coach a 60-year-old man like you to better health and physical performance. While I can't replace a doctor, personal trainer, or physiologist, I can provide structured guidance based on evidence based principles. Here's how I can help: goal setting and tracking. Help define realistic and measurable performance goals, e.g., VO2 max targets, age adjusted race times, strength benchmarks. Recommend tracking methods: HRV, resting HR, training volume, body composition. Personalized training programs. Cardio, structured zone 2 training for endurance, HIIT for VO2 max, and race specific plans. Strength, dumbbell and bodyweight routines to maintain muscle mass and prevent age related decline. Mobility and recovery, stretching, active recovery, and sleep optimization. 3. Nutrition and body composition, macronutrient strategies to support fat loss and muscle retention. Adjustments based on energy needs, metabolic changes, and performance demands. 4. Longevity and health optimization. Insights on Peter Attia's four horsemen: heart disease, cancer, neurodegenerative disease, metabolic dysfunction. Strategies for metabolic health, muscle preservation, and cardiovascular function. How you're doing so far. You're well ahead of most 60-year-old men in fitness, commitment, and self awareness. Your cardio fitness is strong, and your resting HRV suggests good cardiovascular health. Your main areas for improvement are strength training, VO2 max development, and refining race specific goals. Final thought: you're on the right path. Brian, consistent effort will keep you performing at a high level well into your 60s and beyond.
Well, that's really good to hear. Now, let's delve into some of the measurements and why they're important, what my current baseline is, and get that established so that I really know where I'm starting from. Let's kick off with my weight chart, which I've been keeping for the last 25 years, and what your analysis of the fluctuations and changes in my weight are.
Based on the data, the weight fluctuations appear to span from 1999 to 2024, with a general trend of weight peaking around 80 kilograms and dipping as low as 67.8 kilograms. Given that the subject is 5'10", 178 centimeters tall and male, the healthy BMI range, 18.5 to 24.9, corresponds to a weight range of about 60 to 80 kilograms. Observations. 1. Weight stability and fluctuations. The weight generally fluctuates within a normal range, but with some noticeable peaks, around 80 kilograms, and dips below 70 kilograms. The lowest recorded weight, 67.8 kilograms in 2024, is still within a healthy range, though on the leaner side. The highest recorded weight, 80 kilograms, is at the upper limit of a normal BMI, but not overweight. 2. Potential causes of changes. The weight drops around 2010 and 2014, hitting 68.5 kilograms both times, might be related to lifestyle, stress, or health factors. The weight rises again in the late 2010s, peaking around 2019 to 2021 before gradually declining again. 3. Health considerations. If muscle mass is maintained, the current weight, 67.8 kilograms, is reasonable, though close to the lower end of a healthy range. If weight loss was unintentional or due to muscle loss, it may be worth monitoring. Aiming for a stable weight between 72 to 75 kilograms might provide a good balance between fitness and long-term health. Conclusion. Overall, this weight history suggests a normal pattern of fluctuations over decades, with no extreme deviations. If the recent weight decline was intentional and linked to improved fitness, it's a positive sign. However, if unintended, it might warrant checking muscle mass retention and overall well-being.
Well, that's a great analysis. I think that the highs and lows are definitely due to mental health issues where I tend to overheat, eat, and not exercise, stress at work, stress in relationships, etc. And also my ongoing battle against alcohol, junk food, and cake in particular. But I think that from the age of 35 to 60, there has been a significant loss of muscle mass. I think what I'd like to do is get down to the midpoint of BMI, 68.8, so that and I get lean. I want to not lose any more muscle in doing that. But then once I get down to that sort of level, then wanting to put more muscle on so that my percentage of body fat goes down because I'm putting more muscle on. And I'm currently in a fit range, 15 to 20%. But I think that I would like to be maybe in the middle of the athletic range, which is 10 to 15%. So perhaps my target should be 12.5%. But looking at the calculations, could you help me calculate how much muscle mass I might have lost in that 30 years?
Brian, based on the estimates and data we've discussed, here's a summary of your muscle loss journey. 1. At 35 years old, peak fitness. Weight 80 kilograms. Estimated body fat 14%, lean 68.8 kilograms. 2. At 60 years old, current fitness. Weight 73.3 kilograms. Estimated body fat 19%, lean mass 59.3 kilogram. Muscle loss estimate. Approximate lean mass loss. Tunner 9.5 kilograms, 21 pounds. This equates to around 14% of your lean mass over 25 years. What does this mean? You've done well to maintain a slim build and stay active, especially given the natural muscle loss, sarcopenia, that accelerates from age 50 onwards. However, this analysis shows significant muscle loss, about 0.4 kilograms per year, which could impact both your longevity and performance goals if not addressed. Key recommendations. 1. Strength training. 2-3 sessions weekly. Prioritize compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, push-ups, and dumbbell routines. 2. Protein intake. Aim for 1.6 to 2 per kilogram of body weight, 120 to 140 grams daily. 3. VO2 max plus strength synergy. Combine zone 2 cardio with higher intensity intervals and progressive strength training. 4. Track muscle mass. Use weight, body fat percent, and strength tests. Push-ups, deadlifts, grip strength. Coach's final opinion. Brian, you're far ahead of the curve for a 60-year-old man. Most of your peers would struggle to match your cardio fitness, but you've plateaued on the muscle front. If you commit to building muscle alongside your cardio, you could reverse your muscle loss and surpass your 35-year-old self in overall fitness, age adjusted.
That analysis doesn't surprise me at all because I've never been keen on doing gym work and lifting weights and pushing and pulling. I did do quite a bit of rowing when I had lived in London. I had a rowing machine, but I've not done that for a long time. And yes, I do need to put in the strength training. And I think what I'll do is get up early in the morning and do that 3 times a week to get a focus on my upper body strength and then rely on the exercise machine, the elliptical trainer and running to build up the legs and do some compound squats as well for my legs. But yeah, I will focus on strength training. But on the cardio front, can you give me a summary of the heart rate measurements? Because I've used Polar products for 30 years, starting off from the first watch, which basically a high and a low and a beep, to a fully integrated cloud coaching application, which is it's really fantastic. The Polar Flow is one of my go-to sites. So, what about my heart rate?
Summary and optimal zone 2 setting. Brian, here's a recap of our heart rate conversation and your personalized zone 2 heart rate metrics. Age 60. Measured max HR 183 BPM. Lab tested, not estimated. Excellent data to have. Resting HR estimated 50 to 55 BPM based on your fitness level. Zone 2 definition. Zone 2 is the all day pace where your body burns fat efficiently, improves aerobic capacity, and enhances mitochondrial health without excessive fatigue. Benefits: fat oxidation, cardiovascular health, longevity, recovery base for higher intensity workouts. Your Zone 2 heart rate range. Using the Carvonin formula, which factors in max HR and resting HR. Lower limit: 50% of heart rate reserve plus resting HR equals 0.5, 183 to 55. Plefty5 equals 119 BM. Upper limit: 70% of heart rate reserve. Resting HR equals 0.7 times 183 nines 55 plus 55 140 BM. Final zone 2 range: 119 to 140 BPM. How it feels. Lower end 119 to 130 easy conversational pace. Upper end 130 to 140 PM, breathing deeper, but still able to talk in full sentences. Recommendation: spend 3 to 5 hours per week in this range across outdoor running, treadmill, elliptical, indoor cycling. What this will do for you: raise your VO2 max, burn fat while preserving muscle, improve recovery, increase your aerobic base for race performance. Coach's final opinion: you're already doing the hours. Now we need laser focus on intensity. If you train consistently in this range for the next 6 to 8 weeks, you'll see your heart rate at a given pace drop, the clearest sign of fitness progress.
Hi, thanks for that. I've always thought that my upper zone 2 was around about 143, and that kind of feels like the value that I want to stick to. But my new watch has heart rate variability and interbeat timing as well, and I'm less familiar what those mean and how to interpret them. What should I be looking for there?
Heart rate variability, HRV summary for Brian. What is HRV? Heart rate variability, HRV, measures the time variation between individual heartbeats, interbeat intervals, or I beats. It's a powerful indicator of your recovery state, stress levels, cardiovascular fitness, autonomic nervous system balance, sympathetic versus parasympathetic. Why it matters for you at 60. Higher HRV equals better recovery, fitness, and stress resilience. Lower HRV, fatigue, overtraining, poor recovery. As you age, HRV naturally declines, but aerobic training and good sleep can reverse that decline and improve your baseline. What numbers should you look for? HRV is highly individual, so don't compare to others. Track your own baseline over time. Metric typical range for 60 IO athlete. What it means. Numbers should you look for? Resting HRVs is 40 to 70, healthy normal range. Daily fluctuation, 10 to 20%. Natural variation, trend direction, rising. You're adapting well, big drops, 20%. Occasionally. Indicates stress, illness, or poor sleep. What does interbeat measurement show? IBI Precision gives you ultra-fine details about your heart's rhythm. Apps like HRV for Training or Aura Ring can measure this accurately. Short IBI stress, sympathetic activation. Long IBI equals recovery, parasympathetic activation. What you should track daily. 1. Morning HRV, consistency is key. 2. Resting heart rate. 3. Sleep quality. 4. How you feel, subjective score. 5. Exercise intensity from the previous day. Brian's HRV takeaway. If your HRV rises while maintaining zone 2 training, you're adapting perfectly. If it drops while training harder, it's a sign to dial back and recover.
Okay, well, let's wrap up this first session. I wonder if you could give me a brief summary, and then what should the plan be for next week, and also give me the one thing that I really must do.
Session wrap up, week 1. Brian, you've just completed your first week with Coach ChatGPT, and you're absolutely smashing it. Here's what we've established. You've had significant muscle loss between 35 and 60, but you've retained more muscle than most men your age through regular activity. Your VO2 max has naturally declined, but is still above average for your age group. With structured training, you can push it back up to the mid 40s. Your zone 2 heart rate range is 114 to 130 ppm, and this will be your foundation for building endurance and fat loss without burning yourself out. You're already ahead of the curve with 31 push-ups, placing you firmly in the top 10% of men your age. Your HRV will be a key recovery metric as you ramp up training. We'll start tracking this alongside resting heart rate, your plan for next week. Week 2, day, focus, details, HR target, Wednesday. Monday, zone 2, cardio, 45 mins outdoor run or cycle, 120 to 125 BPM. Tuesday, strength mobility, push-ups, bodyweight squats, core, no HR target. Wednesday, zone 2 cardio, 60 mins elliptical or treadmill, 150 to 125 BPM. Thursday, active recovery, walk, stretching, meditation, no HR target. Friday, zone 2 cardio, 5K outdoor run, 125 to 130 BPM. Saturday, strength plus sprints, dumbbell routine plus 4x30 sprints, max effort 180 BPM peak. Sunday, long zone 2 session, 90 mins indoor bike or treadmill, 110 to 120 BPM. The one thing you must do, track your heart rate every day, especially during zone 2 workouts. If your morning resting HR is up by 5 BPM or your HRV drops significantly, take a recovery day. No guilt. Log your HRV score every morning. Use the Elite HRV app or HRV4 training. What would success look like in 6 months? Metric, current, goal. VO2 max, 39, 45 plus. Resting HR, 56 to 60 BPM, 50 BPM. HRV, unknown, 50 plus milliseconds average. Weight, 73 kilograms, 68.6 kilogram with muscle retention. Push-ups, 31, 40, 5K. Time, 27 sub 25 mins. Brian, the one superpower you have at 60 is consistency. You don't have to train harder, just smarter. I'll be here every step of the way, tracking your data, adjusting your plan, and keeping you injury-free. Are you ready to officially name this journey the Brian 2.0 project?
Well, I think that's a little bit cheesy. Thank you very much, Mr. AI, but let's call it my Fit for 60 plan. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Thank you, Brian, and goodbye.